Our newest listing just went live in Gold Canyon, so I cannot wait to tell you all about this area. You know, Gold Canyon sometimes gets a bad rap. It's considered a ways out there, which oddly enough, you know, from where we are at our Mesa location here at Rover, it's maybe an 18-minute drive. It's really not that far at all. I think it's more to do with some of the amenities, and for certain timing of the year, getting in and out of Gold Canyon can be challenging because of the Renaissance Festival, which I'll tell you more about in a bit. But it was such a good reminder as we were driving out there to get the home staged and prepped for photos and video. It is just serene, beautiful, stunning mountain views. I feel at peace and one with nature every time I go to Gold Canyon. So it is absolutely for a lot of people. It's not for everyone. We'll talk about why that is, but let's jump into Gold Canyon. So Gold Canyon is just east of Mesa. For us leaving our Rover office, we would jump on the 60 and just drive east until the 60 kind of just peters out and becomes a 2-lane road. And when that happens, you're in Gold Canyon, east of the Superstition Mountains. And so that's where you're going to get those stunning views, that quiet, and really just an upscale desert lifestyle. Gold Canyon's relatively small with 12,000 people, and because the median age is 65, we predominantly see it as more of a retirement area, and that comes hand in hand with the home ownership being over 90% in that particular area. You will find that Gold Canyon's less expensive than Scottsdale, but more expensive than its neighboring Apache Junction, with a median household income of about $80,000. You will find that it has limited nightlife and entertainment. It's a quiet town after dark. Some of the feedback we have received while selling homes in Gold Canyon has been about the dining options. While I show you this stunning home we sold in Peralta Canyon, which is a subdivision in Gold Canyon, I am going to tell you about some of the options that are out there, and you can probably see what we're talking about. Most of the dining in the Gold Canyon area is smaller mom and pop setups. So for example, you've got Gold Canyon Cafe, which is a breakfast spot. There's Wahoo's Restaurant and Bar, which is laid back spot for some American eat. There's the Prospector at Gold Canyon, which is a local bar scene. There is a brewery, but you have to drive to AJ. It's not too far, but that would be the Superstition Mountain Brewery, which has nearby craft beer favorites. In regards to fine dining, we have one option, and that would be the Gold Canyon Golf Resort and Spa, which would be perfect for like a romantic dinner or special occasion, offering breathtaking views with top tier food. But outside of that, you know, and maybe Subway, you're driving to Mesa or to Gilbert or outside of Gold Canyon. So that is something to factor in. If you really like the nightlife and you're a foodie, Gold Canyon may or may not be for you, depending on what you're willing to give and take with those breathtaking views. Now let's back up a moment and revisit that Gold Canyon Golf Resort and Spa. Now this is a nice place. Fine dining, amazing golf course. You have Dinosaur, Sidewinder. It is gonna cost you a pretty penny to play golf at this particular golf course. They have unreal scenery, as you probably already picked up on, but they have a challenging championship golf course layout, dramatic elevations with your shots. I mean, you can be hitting and you have no idea where it's going because the drop is so unreal. You cannot see it. And then abundant wildlife. Remember, you're at the base of the Superstition Mountains. You might get to see snakes and javelina and bobcats and coyotes. You're gonna get a little bit of everything. It's pretty awesome. And then when you're done on the golf course, there is a fantastic spa that you can enjoy as well. If you're not ready to pony up the big bucks for the resort, there's only one other hotel option if you're looking to stay in Gold Canyon, and that would be the Best Western Gold Canyon Inn and Suites. Now, if you don't need a hotel and you are looking to go camping, great news. Gold Canyon has the Lost Dutchman State Park Campground. Now, of course, the campgrounds are affordable. You still get those stunning views, that amazing wildlife, and lots of hiking access. Two most popular favorites would be the Hieroglyphic Trails and Peralta Canyon Trail. Now, if rodeo is more your flair, Gold Canyon has that as well with their Lost Dutchman Days. This is a classic rodeo celebrating Arizona's Wild West heritage. Now, if you missed the Lost Dutchman Rodeo, never fear. We have our Goldfield Ghost Town, which technically is in Apache Junction, but it's not very far away, and they have historic reenactments. They've got a train, they've got more stunning views, a restaurant, an old-fashioned candy shop, and ice cream shop, and a gallery. If it has anything to do with the history of Arizona, you can probably find it at Goldfield Ghost Town. Earlier I mentioned the Renaissance Festival, and you really need to know about it if you are even just visiting Gold Canyon in the months of February or March. And that's because this particular event draws thousands and thousands of people. Now the good news is it's only on the weekends. It's through the months of February and March, but it is a medieval setup over 50 acres and 16 stages, foods and circus and reenactments and art and people and more people and lots of traffic. And now keep in mind, remember, there's really just the 60 is the main arterial that goes in and out of Gold Canyon there. So once this event is going on, getting in, getting out, you really must budget for probably an extra hour on top of your normal drive for traffic on the weekends. But if you haven't been to the Renaissance Festival, you have to check it out at least once. It's just a fun breakaway for the day, and because it's usually during the time when we have incredible weather, it's a great time to be outdoors and get to see all the different activities and the jousting and the turkey legs, and we had a blast. And it's not as expensive as you might think. The adult tickets can run for, I believe it's around $35, something like that. And a lot of times Basha's, the grocery store, will have different coupons and incentives that you can pick up for less expensive tickets there. And Gold Canyon, the one grocery store they have is Basha's. So you're all set if you stop there on your way out to the Renaissance. Shopping, dining, just consider, unless you're going to Basha's, the grocery store, maybe Ace Hardware, and a handful of, medical offices and small mom and pop shops, you're probably driving to Mesa. Your nearest shopping center would probably be Superstition Gateway Shopping, which is in AJ, about 15 minutes away. And they would have more of your major retailers like Walmart, PetSmart, Kohl's, to handle some of those bigger needs. Before we jump into the housing segment, I want to cover the schools real quick. Gold Canyon is serviced by the Apache Junction Unified School District. Schools are somewhat limited, and there are some charter schools for alternatives if the public school system is not working for you. Those do come with some cons, if you've seen from some of my prior videos. Of course, the charter schools are great in the fact that you don't have to pay for them, but you might have to buy uniforms. There could be transportation pieces that you have to now deal with, but there are options, as well as the fact that we have open boundaries for our school systems here. Moving on to my favorite part, the housing. So I want to see, okay, what is for sale in Gold Canyon right now? Because remember, we only have a population of about 12,000 people. Well, I came up with 228 homes. Out of those 228 homes, 210 of them were standalone homes, and they range from 199,000 to just over 3.3 million. I was actually really surprised that 41 of those 228 were $1 million or more. But honestly, I shouldn't have been, because we have so many homes out in that area that are just higher up in elevation, kind of tucked up into the mountains, or they have stunning views, or they're on the golf course, or they're often on a half acre, if not more, an acre. So there's a lot of reasons that we have some higher end homes in the Gold Canyon area. Now, no condos came up, but we do have 6 townhomes for sale. One of those being ours, which we're going to roll right now. Now, this particular home on Sandtrap is an end unit in a gated community, and it is a townhome, which means it qualifies for more financing than condos usually do. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a very large den. And then, as you'll see, the kitchen is absolutely beautiful with these highly upgraded cabinets and the extra thick granite that has these tumbled edges. It's just a beautiful home with an open floor plan. You'll see a lot of our homes in this area are either 20 plus years old or they're fairly new. The deeper you get into Gold Canyon, the more east you go into Gold Canyon is where you'll see a lot of new build activity. This particular home that I'm going to show you, this particular home we helped our buyers purchase as a spec built home, meaning it was one of the last ones left in the community. It was already built and they had some phenomenal incentives. Not only was it highly upgraded, but it backed to a huge community area with no houses directly behind them, which left them with panoramic, stunning mountain views. Each time we went out there for one of their builder walks or closing day, I would try and capture their view with my phone and it just would not do it justice. But the cherry on top for these first-time home buyers was we were able to lock it up for $350. All these amenities, premium lot choice, and the best part, wait for it, we got over $20,000 in concessions. And what that really means is their entire closing costs were paid for, and the remainder of all that money was used to help buy down their rate. So they got a crazy, amazing interest rate, which made their monthly payment super affordable. And it was exciting because when we compared what we were looking at resale wise, they weren't getting nearly anything close to what this house had to offer. If Gold Canyon's a stop you might be interested, reach out to me days, nights, and weekends. I love talking real estate. Be sure to like, subscribe so you see when our next listing video hits and I can tell you all about that particular area.